Thank you for this introduction. And actually, it was the great panel before. I always love to listen some new and cool stuff about the DeFi and what people in Asia think what's going to be with DeFi. So I'm a DeFi elite at Ton Foundation. I'm Vlad DGen. DGen I am because I'm the part of the decentralized generation. And today we're going to talk about the DeFi on Ton, the part of the vision for 2025, and actually what's going on right now. So we start our slogan with crypto in every pocket. But then we showed last year that also it's games in every pocket. Then we established a lot of the DeFi projects, and right now it's actually DeFi in every pocket because it's easy for you to use EVA protocol, DDoS, TonFi from your Telegram. It already works. But then in 2025, there are going to be savings in every pocket and yield in every pocket. So all of this in this period of time, in exactly this moment, is not visible for us. Why? Because of the US elections, because of the Trump, because of the prices of crypto. You can see what's happening with Bitcoin, Ethereum, with Solana, with Ton, and all of this is very destructive because we are paying attention there. Everyone trying to catch our attention, like look at this, look at this, look at these political changes, look at these prices. That's the market. And that's actually how the people around the market earning money, because they trying to catch your attention. And because of this, we're actually missing the most important part. During the last year, Science Summer of 2024, it's more than 30 new DeFi protocols on Ton. We started from 12 projects, summer 2024, just a year ago. Right now, that's 55. You can jump into the DeFi Llama and you can check. So that's what's important. That's the growth and the development. Then on the gateway, at the November 1st, what I was talking about there, I was talking about there that we do have the ecosystem and we still need to develop bridges, we still need to develop the CDPs, we still need to develop yield farming, derivatives. And what it means like all of the blue that we hadn't, these protocols, all of the green we had, just the 1st of November. What's going on right now? Everything, it's done. So, bridge, layer 0. CDP, 2 protocols already on chain. The Aqua USD and Delaya. Yield farming, a lot of them. The release of FIVA protocol is our yield tokenization. Derivatives, options, we almost done in the core functional layer of DeFi ecosystem. So, that's already happened. 2025. That's actually a good question for us. The world is changing. There is a lot of destruction. We keep building. And the question is, what's going to be in this year? So it's not meaningless that I showed you this spreadsheet, because that's actually the DeFi primitives. That's the core layer of the DeFi ecosystem, of each DeFi ecosystem on any blockchain. You can go from Ethereum to Solana to BNB to Ton, any blockchain had the bridge, CDP, IMMs, 3 different types, lendings, LSDs, and the second tier. Without the first tile, that's not possible to build any DeFi ecosystem. But for Ton, is not enough. Why is not enough? Because we are not just a layer 2 or another one layer 1 who is looking for institutional capital and the new protocols and the same users who played on the PancakeSwap on BNB chain who are going to be playing the same games on the Bira chain and on the Sonic, we are looking for retail users from Telegram. And that's why we're different. And that's why, for us, this is not enough. But what's enough? What do we need? So, the first, what most important for each DeFi ecosystem, that's a real yield layer. That's the layer of the protocols, a layer of the projects, where actually the yield is coming from. There is only a couple yield generation events in each DeFi ecosystem. Let's count them. Commissions, that's the first one. The second one, it's chain emission. And the third one is RVA. So regarding the Ton blockchain, we do have chain emission, that's Ton stakers, BMO, Hippo, LSD protocols. We do have the core layer. And what else we need? We need RVA solution. Anything what is tokenizing yield, we are looking for you on Ton. And that's the most important part. Actually, that's the most important part for any blockchain, because during the bull market, during the bear market, everything that you need in a DeFi, it's a yield. And the chains competing between each others, we can see the metrics like TVL, we can see the metrics like volume, but under those metrics, the most important is a yield. That's actually the opportunities, what a chain could offer to you, to your liquidity. And that's our base layer. So we don't need RVA tokenized yield, we don't need yield-bearing stablecoins, and staking and farming wallets. That's the base layer of the yield generation applications. Then, what I showed you before, the functional layer. It's the bridges, lendings, dexes, swap aggregators, yield trading, perp dexes. That's all of the functional layer of the DeFi ecosystem, which actually allowing us to use and to distribute this yield. And the final question here, to distribute to who? To retail, but how? Because all of these applications, this layer and this layer, they are very complex. That's impossible to use them for the new user. That's impossible to explain for any newcomer that this is the impermanent loss, this is the seed phrase, this is the wallet, there's a lot of the buttons you could push, and then you will push another one by misclick, and all the funds is gone. So it's very hard. For this, we need to have the retail Ton mini apps layer of the applications. And that's actually the last part. There's applications like banking apps, neo-banking apps, saving applications, PayFi wallets, and yield gaming. And that's the combination and the final look of the ecosystem for the Telegram. Again, why? Because here we can generate the yield. Here we can distribute this yield and give the functions on this yield, like leverage, for example. There is no market will survive without the leverage. And here, that's the distribution layer for the retail users. Just one simple button, save or invest. But behind this one simple button, we need to use. Let's just figure out, we need to use swap aggregator, we need to use DEX, we need to use yield trading, sometimes lending protocol, and one of the yield generation events, just to enable one simple saving application. That's why we need this part of the ecosystem and this division between the layers. So that's actually what's going to be in 2025, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a yield layer, and we're looking for real Ton mini apps layer for retail.